decide tonight. I'll
Good evening. I'd like to call the meeting to order. We'll start with a pledge of allegiance. I pledge
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening. I'll have the clerk please call the roll.
Supervisor Fountain?
Here.
Treasurer Horning? Absent. Clerk Choquehuh here. Trustee Collier?
Here.
Trustee Germain?
Here.
Trustee Harper?
Here.
Trustee Petrucci? Here.
Thank you. Item number 4 is approval of our meeting agenda.
Move. Support.
Motion by Trustee Petrucci, second by Trustee Harper. Is there any discussion? Being none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Call to the public. Anybody call to the public this evening?
Hi, now.
Come on up.
James Bruni, and I'm running for County Commissioner in District 2. And obviously, that's only one precinct, but I just want to let you all know that you will always matter. You guys will always have a say, and just because you're one precinct doesn't mean you won't have my ear. And that's my slogan, your voice matters. And just want to let you know I'll always have your back. I'll stay out of your way when you need me to, and I'll be there to help when you need me to. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And you can find my info at votejamesb.com. So thanks for all you do.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Item number 6 is approval of our consent agenda.
So moved.
Support?
Motion by Trustee Kalani, second by Trustee Germain. Any discussion? Being none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. This evening, we have no new or pending business, so we'll move on to board reports. And this is our second meeting in June, and we will start with Trustee Petrucci.
I do not have a report tonight.
And Clerk Shofu,
No report.
Trustee Kalani.
Well, I'm just going to give some kudos to Matt Germain, who sits obviously on our board, but also on the Hartland Enrichment and Recreational Organizational Board. He was able to, he applied for, on behalf of the Hero in the Teen Center, to receive a grant from the Farm Bureau for the purposes of putting together a, I guess it's a hoop house, right? So we'll be talking to the township and possibly locating that hoop house if we can at the,
What's a hoop house?
It's a greenhouse.
Greenhouse,
Oh, okay, thank you.
yep, growing plants and things like that. So
As long as they don't have 5 leaves and they're really jagged.
they're tomato plants.
Hey, Joe, mention the golf outing too.
Oh, yes, and then on Sunday, the annual Hero Hartland Teen Center golf outing is Sunday. We're always looking for golfers. We're playing 9 holes. It starts at 2 o'clock, and it's $50 per golfer. It's a lot of fun. We do have kind of different games that go along with playing the game, playing the course, and of course, Bill Fountain's course is hosting it again this year, and we always have a great time at the Majestic. So it's the Majestic on Sunday, 2 o'clock. Looking forward to all you being there. So I have nothing else to report.
Thank you. Trustee Germain.
Well, Joe kind of stole my thunder, but I think it would behoove us to discuss whether the township wants to put a greenhouse at the Hero Center. The funding, portion of the funding is available. Before submitting the grant application, I spoke to Kroger, Meyer, and Rural King, and several of the trades in the area, like Horizon, Boys Electric, and others. And they all said that if you can get the grant, then we would be willing to help out to make it a functional building. It's not 5 days a week, but still we got funding to open that up. And so by installing the hoop house, the connection with the Livingston County Farm Bureau is that our use the hoop house as an educational tool to teach children about agriculture and that they can actually grow their own food and eat it. You don't have to always buy it at a grocery store. There are some obstacles, I guess I could call them, that we would have to, get accomplished by making it, suitable for inhabitants and fire exits and electricity by, certified electrician and all of those types of things that we'd have to work with both the county building department and our township officials to make sure what we're putting in is, safe and secure. The other thing that the township has to consider is that basically we're building this on township property, so this is you're gonna basically we would inherit another building in essence. So we're gonna have to determine where we want it, because, our goal would be the lifespan of these things is typically 15 years before you have to put on new rooftops and things like that. So whatever we put in, we want to put it in with the mindset that it's going to be able to function for, a decade or more. And so there may even be the township might decide, well, we want to upgrade this or something and put some of our own money in it just to make it functional. I'm not suggesting that yet, but because we don't know how all the funding's going to turn out and exactly what is needed. The other thing is that the grant, and we just received notice this morning, but the grant has to be spent sometime between July 1st and December 31st. And like any grant, you've got to provide receipts and things like that. The grant would be handled by the Livingston County Farm Bureau, so all the invoices and things like that would go through there. And we're going to have to get with our attorneys or whoever to find out what type of transfer has to happen at some point, to have a walkthrough and building inspection to make sure that what we're providing the township meets, the objectives that we set out from the beginning. So Livingston County Farm Bureau has the option to decline the grant. I'm not in favor of that. I think it's a really good thing. But at the same time, although the HERO Board has unanimously voted for it, it's going to become a township asset. So it's critical that the township be on board with this as well. As Joe said, we really need to schedule some time at our next meeting to talk about it in greater detail. But I did want to share that good news this evening.
Very good, thank you. Trustee Harper?
No report.
I have no report this evening. Any other comments before we take a brief recess and go into our work session? Being none, we'll take a brief recess.